Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to some more Cuband like Beckham here in Victoria 3. Let's get the formalities out of the way here, make sure everything's working. Hello, me. Everything's working. Hello, me. All right back at you, buddy. All right. Here we are, here we are. Oh, hey, Snee, what's up, what's up? Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome. How are you doing? How's your weekend? All right, we're back with Cuba here. So, where are we in this? So, we've gotten the achievement the one and only Cuba achievement, Sugar Rush. We got that. We're approaching 1900. Oh, hey, Just24. Hello, hello. Just dropping by to say thank you for those YouTube tutorials on trade. Oh, you're welcome. You are awesome. Thank you. You are awesome for coming in to say that. I appreciate it. It's good motivation to keep going because let me tell you, I'm working on a tutorial right now for standard of living and wages and welfare payments, and it's kicking my butt. So, welfare payments are a tricky thing. So I appreciate the motivation, and I'm glad that the videos are helpful. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Doing well. Went from having no shift to a 3-hour shift to a 6-hour shift yesterday. Oh my god! So that's money. We just woke up. How are you? Wow! What a whirlwind! What a whirlwind! But yeah, money. I'm doing good. I'm in between semesters, so that's always good. Yeah. Oh, Soul is always so hard to get out. Yeah, I know, right? It's just like sometimes I make these tutorial videos because I'm like, I need to figure this out more. Soul always is a killer, but I do feel so satisfied when you can get a high soul like we got here. Look at us. You know, I kind of forgot we're number 1 here. Okay, so we got this promise over here we got to do. We can alter our government. So where are we at? We're at a contested government. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got Karl Marx leading our trade unions. Very nice. I think we want to keep everybody in here, right? We're currently going toward cultural exclusion. Oh, nice to get off of subjecthood. Oh no. Okay, everybody. I forgot. So I was working on the tutorial video before I was doing this, and I see I'm still up in the debug mode. So I'm going to restart the program here. We don't want to play in the debug mode. What a way to start the week. What a way to start the week. Am I right? All right. Let's restart the game. You know, it's a Tuesday, and for my streaming schedule, it's a Monday, since it's the first streaming day of the week. But we'll get the game back loaded here. This is the thing award-winning streams are made of. Okay. Let's get this back up and running. Good thing I saw that early. We didn't end up playing like half the stream with the debug mode on. Although if I didn't notice that early on, what the hell am I doing? All right, just waiting for John Paradox and Victoria Clausewitz here to load on up, as they have at the start here. So, let me see. What are my improv skills here? All right, here we go. Let's get this back up and running. There we are. No debug mode. All right. You can see all the save files I end up creating for a tutorial video there. All right, now we're back, and no little cat there. So we do have to get these staple crops built because we have a promise. We made a promise to the rural folk. What are we building? We're certainly not building staple crops. let's see. Well, we have 9 years. It's going to be 34 months for this. So, let's put something in the queue. So I think we're at a point here where... Well, I was going to say our private queue won't be building too many staple crops, but it looks like... Oh, yeah, that's right. No, sugar will not be one. Yeah, so we need some wheat and stuff like that. How much do we actually need in our market? Oh, we actually... So we have some subsistence going. Alright. Now, one of these states... Yeah, it's given us throughput on it. So it's this one. We got peasants there, we got peasants there, we got peasants everywhere. Alright. So we need to build like 34 more. Yikes. Let's kind of spread it out a little bit. Maybe this wasn't the best promise in the world to make, because it's only... yeah. So what did I say we need? 34. Let's build... We'll do it kind of state by state here. I don't want to... Gonna take all of our... This was a, you know, this was a pretty dumb promise to make now that I think about it. What was I thinking? 34 more levels of agriculture. What happens if we don't do it? We lose some amenability for 5 years. We lose 10 legitimacy for 5 years. I don't really care for that. Hey, Peter, what's up, what's up? Hello, hello. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, good to see you. You know, I don't want to break this promise. Do some more there. We'll just build it and get it out of the way. We can always throw things in the middle. 1, 2. Yeah, look at this. Well, we're going to have wheat for days, although, hold on a second. You know, okay, so we could build these rice farms, and then we could open this company up to that, give it a company bonus. So, not so bad, I guess. And then we can really bump up our food industries. So, not so bad. Okay, so we got that out of the way. We got our government up and going. I think we're ready for an unpause here. I think we're ready to go. Military-wise, do we have hiring problems in munitions? Yeah, we do. Well, they're hiring up. We'll see what happens with that. Okay. Oh, yeah, we have Puerto Rico now. Almost forgot about that. So, we have a treaty for another month, and then we can annex them. Do we want to? So they have 20,000 unemployed. It would be nice to be able to get more, urban buildings going. They have a company. The United Puerto Rico Plantations Producers, that kind of conflict with our cigar company, though we can get reserve coffee. We'll probably disband this company, to be honest with you. Yeah, they only have 4 buildings. Last day of the holiday. Today is Bank Day here. Oh, it's quite snowy and cold outside. About 30 centimeters of snow. Oh, and a few degrees below freezing. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm jealous of you. I love snow. We got a little bit of snow here in New York this year, but I always wish we had more. We used to get more snow when I was a kid. So, I know it can be annoying to get around when it snows, but congratulations. Oh, man. That's interesting, though. A bank day here. What does that mean? What is a bank day? Yeah, I hope it means that's the day the banks just make all the ATMs free. Oh, you also have a holiday. Oh, very cool. It's some Jesus Day. Oh, really? I wonder what day that is. Well, and where, if you don't mind, where is it that this holiday is? Oh, a bank holiday. Oh, okay. Very nice. I used to be a bank teller back in the day, so I would have very much appreciated this holiday. Hey, look, we have a turkey sighting. Oh, Romania. Oh, cool. Okay, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Oh, awesome. So a holiday of any kind is always good. Oh, yeah. No, Peter, I remembered you were from Sweden. Just 24 though was I wasn't sure from where they are. Yes. No. On this channel, Peter comes from the motherland because Sweden is the motherland of grand strategy gaming. All hail Paradox Interactive. Yes, get me more holidays. Yeah, exactly. I'll take a holiday of any kind. You just tell me what it is. I'll take that day off. Most things are closed except commercial businesses, of course. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Paradox is from Sweden. Yes, Paradox is from Sweden. Now, Europa Universalis has like their own offices in Spain. So EU5 is made in Spain, though that is still kind of like a subsidiary of Paradox Interactive, which is Swedish. Oh, yeah. Might be I can't see Twitch communication. That's right. I sometimes forget because on my screen, I just have a unified chat of everybody. So I sometimes forget people are chatting on two different platforms. Okay, what do we got here? So Russia wants investment rights. I wouldn't mind getting trade privileges. Guarantee independence actually would be pretty good because if I remember... Yeah, we went to national militia, so we don't have a big standing army. So having somebody guarantee our independence would be nice. See, though, we don't own a lot of our GDP. Oh, okay, I forgot. We want to try nationalizing... I forgot. Okay, there is a goal we're kind of going for here. Interesting. Yeah, it is, right? Our gift from Sweden, which is Paradox Interactive, among many other things, of course. But I'm a little biased for that one. We will do this. Guarantee independence. So I forgot, okay, so an achievement I kind of want to try going for here is, can't touch this. As a country with at least 10% of your GDP owned by a foreign power, nationalize all buildings and prevent them from being privatized for 12 whole years. So, we have 10% of our GDP owned by Great Britain, or I should say the British Republic at this point. Let's start damaging relations. We'll need an ally, though. Ooh, well, France is getting pummeled right now by Great Britain. But we do want to keep them happy with us. IKEA and Volvo as well. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would say, to the average American, IKEA is the gift that keeps on giving from Sweden. IKEA is very big, not just here but everywhere, and Volvo too. Yeah, Volvo, and don't forget Ericsson. I don't know what the state of Ericsson is right now, but man, they used to be a great cell phone company. I had many a Ericsson cell phone over the years. Oh, that's right. Weren't they bought? But they were bought by Sony, right? I remember there being like a Sony Ericsson, but originally Swedish. But of course, I spend all day and night on Paradox Interactive games, so you know. All right. Oh, very cool. You used to work at Ericsson. Very nice. What did you do for them? Wait, wasn't Nokia Swedish? Right? Oh, no, sorry. Oof. What a faux pas. Finland. Apologies on that one. Only the cell phone part was sold to Sony. Oh, interesting. Okay. Also, I think I'm pretty sure in the game here, Ericsson is a company for Sweden. So we're getting out of debt. You know, we can afford more construction. We probably should do it. Yeah. Nokia is finished. I should have Googled it before I said it. Whoops. You know, actually, we could probably afford a little bit more construction. So I wanted to get out of debt here. Although, oh, well, wait, no. Our interest rate's below 10%. I keep having to remind myself we don't need to worry about that as much. You know, we are 11th in the world, interestingly. So let's get some more construction going. You know, we do need more tools. Cuba Oriental doesn't have a lot of people, though. We could probably go for... Oh, no, we don't have any iron there. Hey, mass migration is always nice. Nokia's Finnish. Yeah, big competitor. I can imagine. Yeah, if they're Finnish, that would be a bit of a competition there. You know, Ericsson was great. I loved my Ericsson phone back in the day. Until, you know, it all just became iPhone and Samsung. Or I guess Google now. All right, so we have people in Cuba Central. We have iron. So why don't we start making some construction here? Oh, you know that we don't have a lot of iron. Well, where do we have steel? Because we're on steel frame. We're not on steel frame buildings. Where are we? Oh, we're working on steel frame buildings. Okay. Well, let's hold off then, because we're going to get steel frame buildings in 22 months. Yeah. So we're going to have some added costs there. Let's get a little bit of reserves going. We're not going to be deficit spending in this run. Where we don't really have the population to do it. I guess that we are starting to get mass migrations. We probably could. What would present the better... Maybe Cuba Occidental here. All right, let's do it. Let's just do it. We'll start it now. We'll build 2. Oh, good. We're getting more tooling going there. Because we're only at 52 construction points. What's our military looking like? So we need to make sure, since we're on national militia, we always have conscripts assigned. Yeah, look at that. So 25 and... So we'll have about... You know, let's send kind of even, since we can only have a limited number of standing army. Let's do that. So we have about 53 people in that. The landing party we never really want to have too large. I'll do 30 and 30 here. And then our National Guard unit. All right, and then we got 4 more to go. There we go. Sounds good to me. Wait, what? How did we get an arts academy up here? Are we going for some journal entry? Oh. Freedom of thought. Okay, there we go. Is that going to be the third one? It will. I guess that's why I did it. There we go. Okay. Then, yeah, let's get on the universities, because I notoriously sleep on those. And then the paper mills for them, and then we fulfill this promise. Sounds good. Law progressed to voting. Excellent, excellent. See, it would be nice if we had some type of, not just if we had an ally. Yeah, and like, France would be the one. I feel like every run lately, I'm trying to ally with France. And they never want to have anything to do with it. Look at Russia. I should have tried to see if I could have negotiated this into an alliance. Oh, yeah, so nobody has multilateral alliances yet. Well, what if we got a defensive pact here? The power projection compared to ours. Okay. Can we sell you some stuff? Now, I would like to get these Cuban cigars going. No. Alright, we'll hold off on that. You know, we could also try to get all of these British lands here. Let me see again, how far does the Caribbean strategic... Okay, so yeah, it's not this one up here. It's this stuff. Oh yeah, that reminds me, there's one other thing the last episode we were looking at. So this is British. These are Venezuelan. Those are Dutch. We can form the Antillean Confederation, which I wouldn't mind doing, to be honest with you. Because why not? Freedom of thought completed. Excellent. Did we get an event for it? Yeah, we did. There we go. Those who seek to think boldly and freely are increasingly finding Cuba to be one of the safest places to explore their ideas. Yeah, no, we're going to take that university throughput. And now we have the new Colossus. What do we got with this? People of all races and creeds will be welcome in our free and open society. Oh, we need multiculturalism for this. Okay, let's pause for a second here. Because if we go to cultural exclusion, it will be a little more difficult to get to multiculturalism. Though we're already in the voting phase of it. You know, isn't... What's this guy? He's a radical. Do we have anybody who actually approves of multiculturalism? No. Is there an agitator we could get? Who is out there in the world? No. Although a lot of this will open up after we get cultural exclusion. Yeah, I'm not going to cancel cultural exclusion. Oh, so hold on. I didn't actually look at what we need here. Oh, so once we get Puerto Rico integrated into Cuba, and then we get pan-nationalism. I see. All right. Then we'll be good. Who's building here? The British are building. Okay, why don't we... Oh, we got 35 months left on this. Yeah, we're selling a lot of stuff to them, though. Well, we'll let this go for 35 more months. The Cuban state's embrace of Caribbean and Afro-Caribbean nationalism has raised fears of forced assimilation amongst Mongo communities. They have pledged opposition to any attempt to enact cultural exclusion. Interesting. So we get... Oh, we're pretty good in the Loyalist Radicals split here. So we can take on a couple more. Yeah, we'll take this one. We can take a little bit of Radicals there. Now, are there any other journal things we could do here? Yeah, we're not really going for that. We could do the Nile expedition. But we can't do any more interests. Where are we declaring interests? Yeah, we could use a few more. We could get that with a little... Oh yeah, with a little bit more of a navy, which... We don't have a very big navy at the moment. So... let's bump up the navy. Yeah, we'll upgrade this guy when we need to. We have a bit of a bureaucracy deficit here. Honestly, we're just going to bump up the construction sectors again, because we can. Although we should be mindful here, because we're about to get steel frame buildings in a year. But we have such a high income right now, we really need to start utilizing it. I gotta start being in the mindset of I have a low interest rate. We spend so long with a horrible interest rate that I keep having to remind myself, oh no, we can take on debt. Now, what do we need to do to get this company prosperous? I think, yeah, the problem is they just don't have enough buildings right now. And why do we have a tobacco plantation here? I suppose we could buy some of their tobacco to make it more profitable. Oh my god, though, they have... It would be an outrageous amount of tobacco to have to buy. Alright, well, yeah, this is never going to really be that productive. So what we really need is yeah, see, the problem is we have... Alright, we could start spending some of this money on exporting some of this stuff. Let's just do that for now so that we can start getting this tobacco out of here. Who wants to import it? The Germans, the French. How are we doing here with our export price of it? So we could use an interest in a few more markets here. I believe we have one in Germany, right? Yeah, we do. And how's Cuba Central doing with it? Yeah, so we could use an interest in Belgium and Italy, it looks like. That would help us out a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, Munster isn't black on the map anymore. Did they change government or something? Oh, so they actually did become an anarchist government. Okay, Munster. And Ireland, which is look at that, a good company man, monarchy and autocracy. Let's see. You know, let's take a look. What else can we actually go for in this run? Authoritarian. As a member of a power bloc who in the struggle for leadership. Yeah, we can't really do this one. I don't think we can... You have to have Dixie culture, I believe, to get this company. I don't know why it lists it. All right. See, yeah, we really need to up the trade centers here. Although, yeah, we do have 42 of them here. But Cuba Central can use a lot more. So they're both on mass scale trading. Who do we have trade privileges with? So we have it with the French. We have it with Austria. Oh, Austria is also guaranteeing our independence. The Russians, the British, the Germans. We don't have it with Brazil. And we don't have it with the United States. Well, what's your guys' problem here? Because it would be worse for them? Come on, guys. I guess we could give them investment rights. I would rather not, though. We've kind of given away quite a bit. Can we sell anything to you? No. Alright, fine. Now, what about mutual funds? Publicly traded. There we go. So let's go to publicly traded in the financial districts. We'll get a little event on that one. Yeah, so what about getting some trade privileges with Belgium and Italy? You get an alliance with them. What's their military? And who are they friendly with? Nobody, really. So wait, their military is ranked 24th. Yeah, and we're 11. We're the stronger military. That's why they want it. How about just the trade privileges? Yeah, give us some investment rights over there. Is there anything we can sell you? Oh, we can sell you some groceries, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Because we're going to need to build a whole bunch new ones with that. And then it'll help if we buy something from them, since we have trade privileges in this treaty. There's nothing it looks like they really want to sell us. But, yeah, 20% chance. Yeah, we'll save those. Nope, we can't get an obligation from them. Yeah, this looks fine. Well, let's take it for 15 years. So let's see what we get. Excellent. Now let's look at Italy. So they don't like us too much. They would like us to build there, though. Hey, Polly Rotary, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hi there, first-time watcher. Thanks for your help on Reddit. Oh, when I asked you questions on my Egypt run. Oh, nice. Definitely a lot to learn in this game. Oh, you're welcome. You're very much welcome. Very cool. Yeah, thanks for stopping in and watching. Yeah, there's always a lot to learn in this game. And the fact that they're always updating it means you never stop learning. But yeah, I remember that. So how did the Egypt run end up going? How did that end up? And sell them some clothes. Maybe we can sell them the groceries. We'll have to buy something from them. That always helps. Yeah, there's not much we want from them. Ideological differences in governments. What's their monarchy, and they're going for theocracy. Okay. Well, let's improve relations with them for a little bit. Maybe we can sweeten the deal there by being nice. Now that we have more publicly traded companies, we should now focus on what comes next. Yeah, we'll take the tech. So exactly what you warned me against happened as I upgraded all of my infantry to use ammunition. Oh, before I could build munition plants, and then the British ruined my run. Oh, those words, the British ruined my run, said many a time. It gives me a little bit of PTSD from our Serbia run on the stream here. Britain completely ruined that run. Serbia's like my white whale of these streaming series. Yeah, that's it's so I fall victim to that so many times too, where you know what I do a lot, and I hate this. When, let's say we have line infantry, we've just discovered something to get skirmish infantry, but all my people are still in line infantry. But then I go here to set some conscripts. By default, it'll be on skirmish infantry because that's the highest one I have. And so I'll just start loading up the conscripts, not realizing I'm loading them up on skirmish, hit mobilize, call the conscripts, and then suddenly I'm like, input good shortage of munition. Nobody's using munition. And then, oh man, I just created 30 conscripts of skirmish infantry. I do that a lot. I hate it. Maximo Aldama, leader of the ruling intelligentsia, has had enough of compromising with his coalition partners. He has demanded that either his collaborators follow his orders or the intelligentsia will never approve of their changes. I mean, we can get a better intelligentsia leader than a market liberal. So I don't really care if he loses some popularity, but what's their happiness at? Oh, they're at 20. Oh no! Karl Marx retired. We rarely got to use ye. Goodbye, Karl Marx. And welcome, Jacinto Guillen. Oh, he's compliant. Well, that's ripe for replacing right there. We can get a modernizer. Ah, cultural exclusion. Oh yeah, and getting this guy out of being an agitator might be good, because the liberal movement is getting negative 10% movement activism because of this guy. Oh, well, we can't make him the leader quite yet. You should be able to make your troops go to a lower quality, as really I just had to move on and learn from it. But I think if I'd not done that, I could have survived. Yeah, I hear you, right? I wonder what the reasoning is for that. Why you can't downgrade units? Because what you have to do is just disband them and then go back to the previous one and then create new units. Or, you know, so that you don't lose, if you're in the midst of war, sometimes what I'll do is I'll create the lower unit, like line infantry, and once I have them, then I'll go back and disband the skirmish. So sometimes that works, but it is a little annoying, it is true. Same thing with Navy. I forget which ones it is, but there are some here that you literally can't upgrade between. I think it's like torpedo boats and maybe monitors, but I wouldn't quote me on that. So there's one of these though that you can't upgrade from one to the other, so you just have to disband all the boats and then rebuild them. You know what? I haven't even thought of that. Yeah. After many a time of doing that same problem that you're describing myself, that's what I ended up learning to do. If you're in the midst of war, just create new units of the lower kind and then disband these guys. And then, you know, you can also always, if you really want to micromanage it, you can pull down here and look at individual battalions, because you have veterancy levels here. So like these guys' veterancy is elite. They have plus 25% offense, 25% defense. And so if you're disbanding, say you were disbanding skirmish infantry, you could see if you have people with lower veterancy levels, and then you can just disband them so that you don't lose the veterancy levels. Oh, look at this company. Oh, they're going to get to 100 with just 5 levels and a dream. Nice. I guess, is there just not a lot of productive tobacco out there? Or are we just like dominating the market? Oh yeah, look at us. Oh, well, Japan is exporting more. But we have a massive export advantage. Now, part of this is because we're paying a ton of money. They were paying 18K in subventions for it. So once the company reaches prosperity, we're gonna get rid of that subvention. Because we're about to go into debt over it, but, you know, don't mind it so much. All right, what do we got on this promise? So we still got 6 years, and we're about to start on it, so... Oh, can we upgrade... Oh no, we're all on that. Always, I ended up starting a Belgian run for the first time to build up my confidence and learn a bit about colonial or colonization. Yeah, Belgium is always a fun one. I like Belgium. They're like the smallest big nation. Like, you only have like the 2 states, but yet you start off with quite a lot. So it's like there's a lot of room to grow, but you're also starting off with like a country that can do all of the big stuff in the game. The Cuban-French Fellowship has offered us an opportunity to establish a foreign investment rights agreement with the French Republic. The lobby has offered to use their connections to smooth the negotiation process. Yeah, sure, we'll take that. I doubt, though, they're going to want to do it. So we should be getting... Oh, wait. Nope. Wrong way. Ah, yes. Steel frame buildings. Here we go. Time to go. Yeah, so we're getting plus 50 from the lobby opportunity. We could give them investment rights. Now, what is their power block? Hey, Mauricio, what's up? What's up? How's the game going? Going well. Going well. We're doing good. Chugging along. We've reached our goals, so we're kind of starting some new goals and seeing what we can do. Oh, they're a trade league. I don't necessarily want to enter somebody else's market, to be honest. Though they do have food standardization 3. Agriculture throughput would be helpful to us, and then we get +1 standard of living for everybody. You know, militarized industry, if we're going to take on the British, that's not so bad. Plus 5% company throughput bonus, plus 10% infrastructure actually would be nice for us too. I mean, it's not so bad, other than the fact that, you know, what's the French market looking like? Yeah, it's not so bad. Oh, look at that, though. Price of steel. Yikes. And motors. And we'll never make up that difference. And to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't mind taking Haiti off their hands, so eventually we're going to, like, turn on them. So, yeah, we don't need to add that. But we could add that in. Oh, Mauricio, I was so rude. I didn't ask. How are you doing? How was your weekend, my friend? Sure, let's do that. A series of perceived poor decisions by the Orthodox rights movement. Oh, good, we got that treaty with France. Has led to a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. Numerous wealthy sympathizers have quietly halted their support for the movement in its current form. Yeah, we don't really like these guys. Oh, we only have propertied women. Yeah, lobby opportunity, that's fine. Yeah, so this is going to be a big NO from us guys. Alright, we are almost there on this one. We don't have the authority to add another one. Is there a quick thing we can do that'll give us... Yeah, +1 company charter. We'll do that. And then let's go to electrical generation, shift work, pump jacks, so that we can move down here. Oh yeah, art silk actually would be good for us. Because we don't have... Yeah, we're making silk. We're getting silken dyes. Oh wait, from our dye plantations. Where is this? Oh, you know. I forgot we got colonies. Oh, I'm the worst. And they're not progressing anymore. Yeah, actually I forgot. We made this colony just so we can get some dyes. So that's not so bad, but it can't advance anymore. So yeah, art silk will actually be very helpful to us. Oh, and so now we can go to steel frame buildings. What is steel in our market? Well, we're exporting 832 units of it. So if we switch here, we're going to need 537. So let's do that. Oh, we can't tariff because we have free trade. So hopefully we hold on to some more of these. You know, maybe we switch off of free trade. Oh, although it is making the industrialists and the petite bourgeoisie more powerful. We have a lot of support for isolationism. We're definitely not doing that. But look at this. So now we have 129 points of construction. But let's take a look here. Oh, yeah, so explosives. So we are hurting... Ooh, yeah, look at this. We're hurting on explosives. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're not going to switch over quite just yet. How are our explosives factories doing? Yeah, we got to take a look at this lead mine for a second, see what's going on there. Yeah, we're exporting quite a lot of it. What do we have in the way of glass? We got a lot of glass. So actually, we are... Okay, so we are ready for this. We're going to stay on this. We just need to get our... Okay, you know, we can pass a law now. We're going to get off of free trade. We need to be able to start tariffing things. We'll lose some trade advantage, but that's fine. Do you just learn over time where all the silk is? I ended up with a journal entry that let me create a company for Belgian colonization, but it might just be a historical nod. Heart of Darkness. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just kind of... I guess so. I guess you kind of just... Generally speaking, over time, you kind of learn where most of the resources are. Like, silk is largely around here. But what you can also do is... like, say we go to the good here. Pull this down. And then goods potentials. This is going to show you where silk is in the world. And the darker the shade of green, the more potential there is there. So you can see, in terms of silk, there's a little bit in Europe, but it's mostly over here in Asia. So if you're like, oh, I want to be able to import silk, who can make it, and you want to get trade advantage, then you can see, you know, India or the EIC would be the place to get trade advantage. China would be one, and if you can't get them, then you have a couple other places here. But this goods potential will show you where in the world you can get certain resources. And then eventually the synthetics plants, right now they make dye. Oh, I'm an idiot. I can already make synthetics plants. So you get this tech here, and you can make a synthetics plant that will make dye. But then when you get art silk, you get a production method for it, where instead of dye, it can make silk. Yeah, just screenshot it, as honestly that menu is so hidden. Yeah, it's so hidden, and from what I believe, it's in a different spot than it used to be. A couple updates ago, they moved it, I think. I could be wrong about that, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, and so the way I usually do it is just go to the market, look for a good. If you don't have a good in your market, just go to the world market screen and you can find whatever the good is. Click on the good, and then you have this stuff, this menu over here. All right, reinforced concrete. Excellent. So now we move on to pan-nationalism. So we're barreling into debt. But I think it's okay. What are these additional expenses? Oh, time modifier. Those, oh yeah, those subventions are where they're really killing us. Have we reached? Oh my god, we're so close. Oh yeah, so what's going on with our lead mines? Where are they, first off? Why can we not keep... Oh, engines are very expensive. And so's transportation. So we can use another one of these guys. Yeah, we're having a worker problem here. And we're losing people to Cuba Central. Though the attraction is high, 85.3, it's higher there. We can't put a greener grass campaign down. Oh my god, I played right through the first break. Did it? Oh no, I caught it just in time. Okay. So, we're going to take a quick 90-second break so that we don't play through ads. So 90 seconds, pay homage to the gods of ads, and we will be right back. All right, and we're back. And we are back. Worker problem has been an issue since the start. Yeah, I think you needed work-saving PMs from the very beginning. Yeah, I know. It's true. It would have been nice to get a head start on those. Though we are getting mass migrations now. So we actually don't have a worker problem in these two states. It's just nobody wants to live in this state. I suppose the average standard of living here is 21, 19. Yeah. Yet everybody's leaving this state. I suppose wages would be lower. The base wage here is $5.99. And what is like... What's the base wage here? Yeah, wage is higher here. I've just about started a France run, but it is daunting. Not sure what way to go. Orange, legitimate, or Napoleonic. Yeah. France is a really interesting one because of the Voice of the People DLC. I forget what I did. There was one... I did an offline France run once trying to just scoop up as many of the achievements as I could. I think I leaned into... I forget which one it was, because there's an achievement that was linked to one. So I think I just did that. That's why you want multiculturalism then, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, we do want multiculturalism. But we are getting mass migration. So we are getting people. But we would get more if we had multiculturalism. So we do kind of want to lean into that. I found myself running out of workers in smaller countries, but I just end up using foreign investment rights until I can research something. Although never know how heavily to build universities. Well, as many people on the stream know, I always say, in most of my tutorial videos, I'm always like, don't sleep on universities. Build your universities. And the one thing I always forget to do is build my universities. I always sleep on universities. I guess, so the real answer is how many universities should you build? Well, you can see here, I'm not going to be able to lock it. If you look at a tooltip that came up there, I can't bring my mouse over there without losing it. Yeah. A maximum of 130.76 innovation can be invested into active research each week. So you could technically make your goal, build up enough universities until this number here is 130.76 or whatever your maximum innovation is. That's usually a good number right there. But then the other answer is, what can you afford? Because they can become pricey, and they use paper, so paper can start to become scarce. Yeah, I usually build unis to max research levels and keep it there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's usually a good goal. Though if you are over your innovation cap, it does help with tech spread. So you get a little bit more tech spread. So you don't lose it. But usually you want to get to your max innovation, which I'm nowhere near, as we can see. There's so many France achievements. I know. I tried to do one run to rule them all. I think there was one France achievement I missed. So someday I'm going to go back and just scoop that one up. But yeah, there's a lot. It's a very intricate run. Ah, steel hulls for military ships. And we can do ironclads. So let's upgrade our navy. Now this is that interesting moment with the navy where we need to make sure we have 2 military shipyards. Good, we have multiple. So we'll switch one to steel hulls. We'll upgrade to ironclads. Oh, you know what? I guess we can see, where are these ships based? Cuba, Occidental. So they're pretty much Cuba, Occidental. Oh, good. That's the one we switched. All right. So that's what we want. There's just so much to build, it's hard to find a point where I can reach that cap whilst keeping paper affordable, as it'll increase the cost of government buildings as well. Yeah. Remember, though, you can always import paper as well. I would say, to be honest with you, I don't always go to my innovation cap. Especially since the government admins are usually more important. Like you can see here, I actually do need to build some. So we're getting 12.5% tax waste. So, I don't know. Maybe there'll be some people that yell at me about this out there, but I mean, making sure you have the paper for your government admins is more important than your universities. But eventually, at some point, though, you should be able to sustain both. Oh, see, look here. We need some government admins in Cuba Central here. At least 2. We'll do 3. And we'll bump that to the top. We still got 6 years on the promise. Need to befriend those Russian and Swedish forestries. Yeah. Yeah, having an interest in Scandinavia will really help you out with getting some lumber. The introduction of vessels with metal-skinned hulls represents nothing less than a revolution in naval warfare, near impervious to traditional types of shot. Admiral Gaspar de la Torre assures us that Cuban domination of the seas will be absolute. A bit much. I don't know about Cuban domination of the seas, but it is better. Yeah, let's take the Prestige, actually. A social club popular with the educated class has held a salon in Havana with Domingo Cisneros speaking in favor of protectionism as an honored guest. You know, Cuba Occidental. Getting universal pop strength plus high qualifications. We'll take that. Yeah, we won't get involved in that one. Alright, so where are we with paper now that we built all that? Okay, so we're still up there. And now we're at 78. Ooh boy, look at that. Yeah, so we now have a regional HQ here. What's this company? Oh, Brazil. Fine. Ooh, yeah, we kind of needed that. You know, oh wait, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? This is my company. Building somewhere else. Oh, jeez. I didn't get more coffee because I thought I've had enough coffee. Maybe I do need more coffee. All right, so we're building all the stuff to keep this going. Congo Protectorate. We won't get involved in that one. How much are we getting off of this? Once again, that lead mine, man, they're always... Yeah, the base wage is such garbage here. We really do need to fix our motors. Oh yeah, but we're pretty much exporting all of our motors. Oh, like an idiot. Like an idiot. No subventions on motors. Interesting, I still was able to have this. No tariffs on ammunition, considering I can't have tariffs. In 9 months, yeah, we are going to get rid of this treaty. So we're going to lose 354 wood. Can we afford that? Although we are exporting quite a bit of it. What does the JE mean? Commitment, Economica. Are you completing it? Oh, this one. Yeah, I am. So this was a promise we made for a law for the rural folk. We have to get to 39 total state levels of stable crops in the country. So that's rye, wheat, rice, maize, and millet farms. And so we're currently building a bunch of rice farms to complete it. With the beginning of the election season, the patronage networks that riddle rural Cuba have roused themselves to readiness. The Caciques await the marching orders of the provincial governors. So, the Agrarian Party is off to the lead. I don't think we're gonna sway this election. In Domingo Cisneros' body of published works is a popular new book with a vision of what protectionism might look like. Lawyers affiliated with the rural folks say the contents are legally sound. Oh, I wouldn't mind getting plus 5% authority. Yeah, we'll take this one. And now, yeah, needs a lot of workforce. Exactly. That's what I talked about at the top of the stream, where I was like, oh man, why was it really worth making this promise? I forget what I made this promise for, but exactly. We're going to have a ton of workers here. We can always delete them after the promise, so we'll see where we are, but yeah. We're going to type a lot of workers in that stuff. Though... no, not that one. Oh. Well, look at that. Hold on. Why are we not utilizing that right now? Yeah, let's do that. Actually, let's... Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. So we're using... we have a pretty good labor-saving PM with that. Oh, hey! We're a great power now. Woot woot! Look at that. Oh, that was probably because our Navy finished upgrading. Oh, yeah, and so now... Let's redo... You know, I don't know if I actually needed to do that, but... A promise is worth just, you know, so much. I made a promise. The Agrarian Party, spearheaded by the organizing efforts of Domingo Cisneros, has begun a popular campaign focused on their desired preservation of rural values in an age of rapid and frightening change. Yeah, we'll take that one. Did nobody join in on this? Wow. Oh. Oh, I missed the window of opportunity to... Oh no, the election isn't over. The election is ongoing. In 157 days... Oh, we'll only get 188 radicals from this. Oh, this pains me. The landowners in with the intelligentsia in the Liberal Party. Sorry, intelligentsia, you gotta get your priorities right here. I always feel that all those mini events happening during elections, the election minigame, I guess, is quite annoying. Yeah, but, you know, you can really... It really makes a difference in how you can maneuver your country. Or, if you have an election go the wrong way, you know, our parties have a weird kind of makeup right now, but, you know, sometimes you can have, like, a landowner... church and maybe like a authoritarian armed forces or petit bourgeoisie conservative party suddenly get the lead, and now that hampers you either have to take very low legitimacy and not put them in government, or really not be able to get laws that you want. So I like the elections only because it can really help you start to what would you say? Maneuver your country. Alright, so we're gonna just have to sit through building those things. More mass migration. It's a bit better in this patch, but when I played last year, it seemed like nothing changed, no matter what I chose in the events. Yeah, they have done quite a bit of updates to it, especially with Iberian Twilight and all the voting fraud you can do. General de Gordilis has made public statements in support of the Conservative Party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. So who's this guy? An armed forces moderate. We currently have a moderate. This guy's giving them political strength, but less attraction. And this guy... Yeah, we don't really need him to lead them. I think we can afford them getting plus 20 momentum. Yeah, we can. I might also feel that way because I only play in multiplayer. Oh, so I don't pause for every event. Oh, yeah, that would be it. That would be the reason right there. That's what I find so difficult with multiplayer. I get why, you know, obviously in a multiplayer game you can't like be pausing all the time, because that would be annoying. But yeah, playing the game and not being able to pause and sit and look at what's happening and think about it and agonize over it. I find that to be daunting. Oh man, I didn't realize we were upping our colonial affairs. I mean, we can't even do a colony anywhere. Yeah, let's lower... We can't even colonize anywhere anymore, so we're going to lower this back down. Save us like 126 bureaucracy. On behalf of the Agrarian Party, Francisco More has embarked on a tour of various rural and remote regions in Cuba, seeking to enroll voters and ensure ballots are collected in difficult-to-reach communities. Well, I wouldn't mind getting the trade unions in government here. So we'll take this one. Oh, you mentioned election fraud. Is that a thing? Yeah, yeah. So that was in the last update they did. So at the beginning of the election now, there was an event that popped up. And basically, you can choose a party that you basically are going to hand the election to. They'll get 150 momentum, which basically will give them the election. The problem is it lowers, when you do that, it lowers electoral confidence here. And you get a bunch of negative modifiers when electoral confidence goes down. You'll get radicals, but you also get a very big hit to the legitimacy of your government. And it happens over time. So the more you interfere with the election, the more it'll do this. Now, the less you interfere with the election. So you can see we have this thing, electoral clientelism. This is what allows us to interfere with the election. If you don't interfere with an election 5 times in a row, you'll lose this. And so you will not be able to interfere with the election anymore, but you'll have very high legitimacy going forward. Oh, hey, Anonymous13, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Oh, some things are starting to make sense now. Yeah, my confidence was at 70%, I think. Yeah. See, so you were probably getting a little bit of a hit on legitimacy here. So even though you have the party that won the election in government, you still are getting a lower legitimacy. And I have to double check what else it affects too. I thought it affects radicals. By allowing elections to proceed without interference, a low electoral confidence will impact legitimacy. Oh, and the amount of political strength gained from votes. Ah, there you go. With a degree of effect varying based on your enacted laws and amendments. So, yeah, so not only do you get a hit to legitimacy, but you're not gaining as much legitimacy from the votes that that party got. So it could be very detrimental if you have to stay at like an unstable government or even an illegitimate government. Yeah, hello, hello. Welcome in, Anonymous. How are you? All right. Hey, Mr. Soito. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. How are you doing? No more anti-Spanish society. I suppose we can start having some relations with them. Let's improve relations. Why not? Why not? Oh. You know, there's so much going on. We've reached prosperity, so let's stop spending so much money on that subvention. Finally got you on Twitch. Usually watching you on YouTube. Oh, nice, nice. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Twitch feed. Yeah, the VODs are usually better on YouTube. But the live feed, Twitch or YouTube, is usually best. Though, you know, I sometimes forget on Twitch there are VODs as well. When I'm, like, looking for people to watch myself. Members of the Agrarian Party have expressed their concerns about technology replacing the independence and dignity of manual labor. Progress always finds a way. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ian Malcolm. Where are we at in this election? Yeah, they have most of the momentum. Let's do that. You know, let's get ourselves a different head of the intelligentsia. Here we go. I mean, I think we pretty much have everything, though, that they... If we really wanted to go to a council republic... Political strength... Industry pop attraction. Yeah, let's bring this guy in here. Well, it depends. I'm not a big fan of ads on Twitch. Probably I will stop watching here after first ads. Yeah. That's why I usually try at the hour mark to pause the game and then play the ads so we don't have to miss the gameplay for it. Because that's the thing on Twitch. In order to pause, what do you call them? Pre-roll ads. So, like, the ads I play when people first click on the stream, you have to play a total of 3 minutes of ads in an hour. And so I try to break it up into 2 breaks in the hour instead of trying to do 3 full minutes of ads every hour. So it does result in 1 ad break at the half-hour mark, unfortunately. Oh, the ad blocker actually blocks them. Ooh, good to know, good to know. Hey, Jabba, what's up, what's up? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. How's your weekend? Protectionism was on everyone's lips in every coffee house. Afterwards, Domingo Cisneros was ready to cross the trade unions to help pass the law. Well, let's keep the trade unions up. See what we end up getting. Actually, do we like this guy? I always forget. Oh, the modernizer guy, yeah. There's a 5% chance he's exiled. Yeah, let's just do this. So what did we get? What did we get? I always forget now where they put... Oh, yeah, Oh, good. They got plus 10 interest group pop attraction, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Don't tell Bezos, though. Hey, anytime we can stick it to Jeff Bezos, I'm all for it. Oh, why do you have so little GDP? That is a good question, right? Well, hold on. Let me do this event, and then we'll talk about why. In a pro-suffrage gesture, Michelle Sania has released a positive endorsement of the Liberal Party for its stalwart support of voting rights in Cuba. Yeah, so GDP-wise, you can see the point where we started getting growth. So at the beginning of the stream, we were working towards getting independence from Spain. And so we have a bunch of new content because of Iberian Twilight. And so we were focusing on that and focusing on getting our standard of living up for certain journal entries. I find generally, especially when you're playing with smaller countries, your standard, you can get your standard of living up, but kind of at the expense of GDP, and that's mainly because the way you get your standard of living up most is by increasing wages to increase wealth. And the more you increase wages, the less profitable a building is, which means the less levels they're going to build. So we kind of are leaning into standard of living in this one as opposed to GDP. Though, now that we're independent from Spain, and we have such a high standard of living, we're going to try to get the GDP a little bit more respectable. But that's partly what happened there. And, you know, trying to get independence from Spain, you know, preoccupied a lot of our capitalistic ventures. We have a lot of snow these days, and the whole country is upside down. Oh my god. Wait, upside down because of the snow? Or upside down for other reasons? Because there's many a reason for countries to be upside down recently. Alright, so the Agrarian Party won. Oh, nice. The landowners are gonna go to the Conservative Party. Yeah, I think we'll keep our government this way. We have a righteous government, so we'll do that. Sorry if I'm asking too much. No, never. Ask away. I love it. I love it when people ask questions. Go for it. Sorry if I'm asking too much, but my plan is to finish my Belgium runoff to get familiar with... Excuse me. To finish my Belgium runoff to get familiar with later technology. After that, I want to get Emperor Norton achievement in the US. Is this much harder? The Emperor Norton achievement can be a little tricky. It's been a while since I did that one. I would, before you start it, double check, you just kind of Google what are the conditions to get Joshua Norton. So I think there's some specific conditions in order to get him. And then, yeah, it can be a little tricky because you need him to be the leader of the country. Or at least the leader of his interest group when you switch to monarchy. So there's a little bit of political maneuvering to do before you can even attempt getting monarchy. And then switching to monarchy as the United States is a little tricky in and of itself. So it's got some good difficulty to it. I would say the only real research for it to do ahead of time is just what are the conditions to spawn Joshua Norton. I kind of forget because it's been a while since I've done it, but I do know there are some conditions. Snow, tension with the USA. Yeah, I thought that might be part of it too, but mostly snow. Well, I'm jealous of the snow. I love snow. I miss snow. We used to get more snow here in New York. But, yeah, my country has been a point of a lot of anger in the last week for me. A lot of what I like to call between me and my wife, passionate agreeing. It's just basically a lot of yelling, where we're just yelling agreements to each other. But yeah. All right. Let's do some maintenance here. Oh! Haha! Just take a drink. Yes, yes, just 24. Cheers. Thank you, thank you. All right. Soon you'll get some made in Greenland snow. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, the whole... I wish... I wish there was more pushback in the world on the United States. The problem is there's the opposition party in the United States provides no pushback. And fortunately, I think at this point we need the world to save us from ourselves. Oh, good, they withdrew from that treaty. I wanted to withdraw from that treaty. Snow is nice to look at, and then it needs to disappear fast. This is compacted ice snow. Black ice is horrible. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Seems good for me to get familiar with the political system. Yeah, I've enjoyed negotiating with interest groups, but I can never do the increasing standard of living goals. Maybe I'm a terrible tyrant. No, I feel like increasing standard of living is one of the most difficult things to do in the game. Because the conditions for it are just constantly in flux. The biggest element of your standard of living is a pop's level of wealth. So in general, if you want to increase standard of living, the biggest thing you can do is increase wages and lower the cost of the goods they consume so that they can increase their wealth, which will let them bump up in levels of standard of living. Now, of course, the more you increase wages, the less profitable buildings are. So it's a difficult balance to hold. I saw Tim Walz dropped out of the election race. Oh wait, what? Crazy. It seems like you need some amount of money to increase all. You do, yeah, you do. Wait, what happened with Tim Walz? Trump is using a scandal in... wait, what? So he's not running for re-election. Huh, I'm gonna have to read into that. Oh, this is from a couple hours ago, that's why. Okay, I was like, wait, what? In a country that runs on biking, I'm pretty sure... Oh, the amount of broken... Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. Oh, out in the Netherlands there, yeah. Snow is a real killer then. Oof. I'm sorry, my friend. I didn't think of that one. Oh, what do, Puerto Rico? Okay, let's send some troops over there. How many do they have? So they have a total of 7. So we'll send these guys, and just in case, we'll send these guys as well. How do you increase wages? Is that through laws? I've never clocked onto it. Yeah, so in general, the way you increase... So the way a building kind of works is... let's say we have, right, like these iron mines. When you build the building, they'll start to hire. And so they'll look for the workforce in the state, peasants and unemployed. They'll try to hire. And if they have people who meet their qualifications, they'll hire them. But if they can't fill the roles, then they will increase their base wage. And everybody else's wage is dictated by the base wage. So they'll increase this base wage to try to get people to go to the building. But they'll only increase this base wage to the point where the building will be productive. If increasing the wage will make the building not be profitable or productive anymore, then they'll stop. So the way that you can increase wages... The thing that you can do is try to make the building as profitable as it can be. So create a high demand for iron, make the input goods low, and then once you start getting to the lower levels of peasants and unemployed, buildings will start raising their wages to compete for workforce. That's kind of the The explanation in a nutshell. Will that make people change jobs? Yeah, it will. People will change jobs if, well, for one, they have low job satisfaction. I just forget where they show it. Yeah, so right here, their job satisfaction is 39, but sometimes you will see people have negative job satisfaction. And so if this building is trying to get people from another building, a pop will switch jobs if the proposed wage is 10% higher than their current wage. If it's not, they're not going to switch jobs. So for instance, laborers don't get any wage, inherent wage, what do you call it? Multipliers. They are getting some wage multipliers here because of cultural exclusion. But say we were on multiculturalism, their wage would just be the base wage, $5.32. So this would have to be 10% higher than, say, what they're offering in this job in order for people to switch from the logging camp to here. So what are we spending money on here? So basically completely run out of workforce. Nice, we got that. Then the less profitable buildings will lose workers to the profitable ones. Is that right? Yeah, basically. Now, you can still kind of maneuver wages while you still have peasants and unemployed. I mean, basically, the more profitable a building is, so, you know, definitely more the urban buildings, the more profitable a building is, the more they're willing to pay in wages. Now, the other thing that really helps you, too, is your Social Security institution here. So if you get to wage subsidies or old age pension, you get this plus 10% building wage target, so it creates a minimum wage. And so there's kind of a base wage. Because without these two laws, a building can pay as little as it wants. Then you could also start doing welfare payments, which is a tricky thing. I'm actually doing a tutorial video on this right now. But basically, welfare payments, anybody who has a wage lower than the normal wage, which is the average wage of all the non-government buildings in your country, anybody who has a lower wage than that will get a subsidy to bring them up. I think you're in debt. Yeah, we are in a little bit of debt, but we have a very low interest rate at the moment. We are a great power. So our interest rate's only 4.9%. So we don't mind that too much. We do want to utilize a little bit of debt. It'll make our pops a little bit wealthier. We don't want to go too far, but... Alright, so now we're working on the Navy. Gonna be mostly lurking. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Thanks for chatting along. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate the lurk. I always appreciate a good lurk. So, lurk away, my friend. Oh, so how are we doing now on the world market with tobacco now that we have cigars? Yeah, Japan is still outpacing us. I think probably, though... Oh, wait. Okay. Hey, socialism. Okay, so now that we can tariff, let's try to get people to stop taking all of our motors. And we'll do a little bit of a tariff on steel to hold on to it. Yeah, see, all of this stuff we really need... Wait, Wait, do we not have a single glassworks? Oh my god. Oh my god, what am I doing? No wonder our construction costs are through the roof. Yeah, and this is the place that has the lead. So that's where we're going to want to build it. All right, we need to build some glassworks stat. So we're going to do those sooner rather than later. And we're going to utilize all of that lead. Changing PMs on buildings for more qualified workforce and education helps Seoul as well. Oh yeah, good point as well. Yeah, when you change the PMs to change from like laborers to machinists, stuff like that, yeah, that'll bump up Seoul because they now have a better job. You're a college professor? No way. Yes, I am. I teach theater, mainly intro to theater. Though this semester I'm going to be doing some speech classes. But yeah. That is my day job. But which means I'm on break right now, so very nice. That feels so real. I feel so bad that companies get away, with paying so little, the government has to prop them up. Meanwhile, me and Victoria almost never looks at the soul until an interest group asks. This information might be making me a better person morally in Victoria 3. I know what you mean, right? I know. It's so funny. So many times people are like, I don't care about standard of living. I just want the GDP. But here's the thing, and this is also kind of like real life. Oh, hey, Color Man. Hello. Welcome. Good to see you. This is the world situation in your game 18... Oh, what is the world situation in your game 1898? Yeah, let's take a look, huh? Yeah, Brazil is like going full-on United States here. We have an interesting thing going on in Ireland. We have anarchist Munster split away from Ireland. Austria's, winning against Germany. What other interesting things? We got a Turkey appearance. Kind of a bunch of stuff popping up there. Oh yeah, so here's So here's the thing about standard of living too, because generally a lot of times having a high standard of living runs contrary to having a high GDP. But the thing is, so like every pop has like a basket of goods that they consume, right? So let's take a look at one. So these guys have in their expenses, they have needs here. Oh, perfect, because these guys are at 19. As you get a higher standard of living, you get different needs that you consume, right? But since these guys are at a high standard of living, they're now consuming things like luxury clothes, porcelain, luxury furniture, silk. So if you look at your pop breakdown, your lower strata is always going to have so many more people than your middle and upper strata, right? Now, if you think about the demand for things like, luxury furniture and luxury clothes, which are the more expensive good from your textile mills and your furniture manufactories, generally their customer base is only about 34,000 people. And then for a little bit, you can add in this 1.3 million people, right? But we have such a high standard of living that now the customer base of those expensive goods has increased by 5 million. So it will make those buildings that much more profitable. But it's a give and take, because in order to get these guys to such a high standard of living, you need to increase wages, which also makes the building a little less profitable. But, getting a high standard of living means there's that many more people buying more expensive goods in your market, which creates more of a demand, which increases GDP, which then goes into that whole loop. Oh, hey, LaPlace. Hello, hello. What's up, my friend? How are you? Good to see you. Just had a bad game. Imagine playing a decent game as Madagascar just to get taken by France all at once. Oh, no. Yes, the demand is to take all of Marina Kingdom at once. Oh, man. That sucks. I've been wanting to do a Marina Kingdom stream. I've been pushing it off. But I feel your pain. To have a good run going. Yeah, look, Britain did it here. I'm sorry, my friend. No chance of getting anybody in the diplomatic play on that one. Yeah, something standard of living. Exactly. That's what the gameplay is sometimes. Our rival Spain continues to practice slavery. We could easily condemn them in the world stage for this. Yeah, let's do it. You can play full brutal capitalist or egalitarian or what else? Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Sometimes it's like you go full-on capitalist, full-on egalitarian. I think there is a balance that you can hold. Clearly in this run, we're going more towards egalitarian because our GDP is quite low, though we are Cuba, you know, in the end. We're a great power right now, but we started very, very low. But it's tough. Oh, my voice is echoing. Hold on, let me see if I can hear. Hello, hello? If I can hear. Hello, hello? Wait, am I... Oh, man, has it been doing that the whole time? Yeah, why would it be doing that? Oh, you don't... Okay. Oh, you didn't hear an echo. Okay, good. Maybe... Yeah, maybe it's something else. I don't know. Good. I was like, wait, has that been happening the whole time? Because I did have some issues connecting my mic before the stream, so that's why I suddenly went, huh. By the way, January 3rd, kind of shocking, ain't it? Yeah, it is. I've been in a state of anger and basically just a state of anger for the last couple days. We are very clearly under an authoritarian regime in this country right now, to just be blunt about it. There's a single party, there's no opposition party. They're doing things that are illegal. That entire operation in Venezuela was illegal. It is an act of war, which is supposed to be prefaced with approval from the Congress. The Congress was not informed. There was no congressional effort about it. So it was illegal, and yet there's going to be no repercussions for it. So we are a country being run by an authoritarian regime with no rule of law. And that is not a good combo. For context, my Marina Kingdom has all of Somaliland and northern Somalia right before being taken over by France, and I have a foothold in Baluchistan. Man, that is a good Marina Kingdom run. Congratulations. I mean, yeah, sometimes France is going to France in this game, just like Britain is going to Britain in this game, right? Oh, still though, good run. Good run. Yeah, no Congress, no talk, just Maduro in New York on January 4th. Yeah. It's outrageous. It is absolutely and utterly outrageous. And they're basically just saying that the whole reason is so that American oil companies can take the oil fields. And they're not even pretending that's not the case. They're just like outright saying it. Oh. Look at our Havana here. I agree, the rest of the world should speak out more, but nobody wants to take the damage of going first. Yep, and nobody backs them up. I know. That's the thing. I just worry at this point what is going to need to happen is international pushback. Because clearly the powers that be in our country are not going to push back. kind of mixed in this problem since the operation used Indonesia aircraft, the CN-235. Yeah, well, still though, that doesn't make it right. But we are at the 2-hour mark here, so we're going to take a quick 90-second break to pay homage to our gods of ads so that nobody has to watch ads during the gameplay. So 90 seconds, and we will be right back. All right, and we're back. I'm happy our plane credible enough, but violation of sovereign state. It's a no-no for our constitution. Though the foreign minister are checking to call out U.S. unlike the previous one. Yeah, unfortunately. EU has internal problems as an aggressive Russia as a neighbor. Yeah, I don't think we know how to deal with China, Russia, or U.S. as it stands now. It's actually a great point that you make. Looking at the world from the standpoint of the EU, yeah, you kind of have Russia, China on one side of you, and then the United States on the other. That is a difficult position for the EU to be in. Hold on, let me read this, and then I'll get to my point. The Anti-British League has offered us an opportunity to establish an alliance with Egypt. Their proposal, if accepted, is intended to counter British interests. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, the thing is, so there was no approval from Congress for this operation. The Iraq War, also, there was no approval from Congress for it. So the last two military operations, and another word for that is war, that the United States has engaged in, has gone over the head of Congress. So the idea is if there's a law and somebody breaks that law and there's no consequence for breaking that law, then essentially that law is not a law anymore. So the thing I think we need to start talking about here in the United States is we don't need congressional approval to go to war. So one person in the country can decide to start a war. The whole reason why there's supposed to be congressional approval is because in the US, we don't want there to be, we don't want that decision to lie in just the hands of one person. So I think people need to start people, I mean like the politicians in this country, need to start discussing, should that be a law? Because currently it isn't a law. If presidents are declaring war and there's never a consequence for bypassing Congress, it's not a law. The problem is the after effect of this. The world's not saying anything. What U.S. did, what's stopping China from the Taiwan problem? Yeah, and then you add into the fact that the U.S. is going to go attack Greenland, which will negate NATO. I fear what'll happen there. And there news about Greenland with the U.S. want to have Greenland. Yeah, exactly. We feel like we need U.S. military support as we aren't self-sufficient in the EU, which is a big mistake on our part. Yeah, but it makes it hard to call out the U.S. until we sort that out. That's true. I mean, I guess the EU really needs backing against Russia right now, because Russia would be the much more immediate problem, but I don't know. A series of perceived poor decisions by the Protestant rights movement has led to a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. Numerous wealthy sympathizers have quietly halted their support for the movement in its current form. Yeah, we don't want that. Hey, barely there. Hello. Welcome. Legitimacy bar has to be at like 10 or 15 right now. Wait, why? How come? We're at 100. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you meant there. I know Trump says U.S. needs Greenland, and that is problematic for EU. Will NATO survive? If he actually pushes for Greenland, then no, I don't think NATO will survive. I don't know what would happen. I think that would be absolutely horrendous. We absolutely do not need Greenland, nor do we have any justification in going after it, in the same way that we have no justification in going after Venezuela. Oh, you meant the United States in real life. Yeah. This is very true. Let's see, what would they be at? Yeah, we would be an unstable government, because the problem is, illegitimate government, you can't pass laws, and unfortunately the U.S. is also passing laws. But yeah, we're an unstable government here. A bunch of radicals, no opposition group approval. But unfortunately, they're still able to do whatever the hell they want, which is a very big problem. All right, before we unpause here, we need to... Okay, what do we build in next here? Really what we need is more motors. I mean, we are exporting quite a lot, but at this point, we basically could use more. Oh, wait, and what about the construction sectors? We could use some more glass. We need more steel. Oh, we do need more explosives. Actually, maybe we'll start with explosives. What are our explosive factories looking like? Oh my god, we only have one. Well, it's down here. We actually have a couple peasants here. So let's do that first. Annexing Greenland will backstab NATO and will make EU a split, like Sinto-Soviet split. Yeah, it will. It really will. First of all, it just absolutely will, in the sense that we'll be attacking Denmark, and so other NATO allies will have to come to the aid of Denmark. Greenland is actually a very important base for future exploitation of the Arctic, so it makes sense for the US to pursue it. Yeah, well, first off, hey, Matwese, hello. Yeah, I guess, though, like, yeah, I'm not saying... I guess my point was that, like, oh, there's no value to Greenland. There absolutely is. I'm saying we have no legitimate right to go for it. It's not ours to go after. Like, I don't think the EU feels good at all about what's happening. You just have even bigger problems. I'd hate to be trying to balance out the need to try to moderate, what Trump is doing. Yeah, I do not envy European leaders right now. With the groundwork of the Cuba Occidental oil industry complete, its appeal and promise is waning among those seeking to carve out their own future. Yeah, but oil will last forever. How apropos. Oh yeah, let's get 10 years of plus 10% manufacturing industry, but we will do that. Things so bad that the defense budget for Indonesia just approved from 0.7 to 1.6% after this drama. Oh my god, I can see why. I can see why. Also, hi, here to learn more about the game. Oh, nice. I understand what things mostly do, but I guess I'm not amazing at decision-making, which will come with practice. But, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It does come with practice, but I feel like sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do. Everything. I think one of the beauties of this game is that pretty much all the decisions you make have a benefit and a drawback. Now, the benefit might not be the benefit you want, but there is something. There's nothing in the game that's just like, you absolutely should not do this. It kind of depends on your run. And I think that's what makes the decision-making in the game so difficult. All right, good. Oh. Yeah, from 9 billion to 30 billion, and we plan to buy more 4.5 fighter jet. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Also, too, like, all of this, in general, just raises world tensions to a point where everybody's going to start, protecting themselves. We might want to move to protected speech here. Oh, we'll get added text spread. I always forget about that. We have no social security. So we could go to... I don't necessarily want to go to old age pension because we'll lose workforce ratio. Oh. Yes. No, what we need is women's suffrage. How do we have nobody in favor of it? We must be able to get an agitator for that, right? Who's he part of? The radical movement. Oh, we gotta fix that navy in a moment. Alright, so let's put... just for a moment. And now... let's get you out of there. Good. The intelligentsia are going to join the radical movement in the next election. And now... do we have... any feminists out there? Oh wait, I'm only looking at intelligentsia. Oh. Ooh, this anarchist could help us get multiculturalism. No feminists to be had. What's your objective in this run now? You already got the 2 achievements, right? Yeah, well, 1, really. There's only 1 achievement for Cuba. Something I'm kind of trying to go for is... and we got to build up a little bit to it. Can't touch this. As a country with at least 10% of your GDP owned by a foreign power, nationalize all buildings and prevent them from being privatized for 12 whole years. We have a large chunk of our GDP held by Great Britain, or the British Republic, as they're called right now. So, first of all, getting those buildings back will greatly help our GDP. So, I want to aim for that, and then try to hold the buildings for 12 years and aim for that achievement. Because not only will it be, nice to get the achievement, but I think it will actually help the run out quite a bit. Well, I rarely see a benefit to empowering the landowners. Yeah, exactly. It's never a good thing to do. I have a question. Does alimony in the U.S. have no fixed time? How much a husband to pay for divorce? And are there no limit to child support? I see that U.S. have huge problems with this. I don't actually know the answers to that. I don't know if there's like a fixed universal time limit on it and a limit on child support. I mean, I imagine that varies by state, but I don't know if there's any hard and true limits or anything like that. I imagine there are. Actually, I don't really know much about alimony and child support. Is there a problem to it? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, if there is, it's not a pressing problem, I guess I would say. But you said everything has a benefit, so I was just... I see what you're saying there. Yeah, but you said everything has a benefit, so I was being cheeky and challenging that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think I've ever encountered a situation where I was like, oh, I really need to empower my landowners. Well, you know what? You know where I think that there would be something like that? There's a achievement with the United States I've never gone for. It's like Amish Paradise, I think it is. Where is it? Yeah. As a Yankee nation, passed the industry ban law before 1846 and have at least 20 average standard of living. So I imagine you would need some empowered landowners to get industry banned, because they usually directly oppose the industrialists. Though looking at it, yeah, I don't know if you could get to a 20 average standard of living with industry banned. I don't know. So maybe that? But even that, to get to 20 average standard of living, I imagine, you'd have to disempower those landowners eventually. There's one benefit to empower the landowners when you need to have... Oh, yeah, monarchy and autocratic law. That's true. Yeah. If you want monarchy, you're probably going to need some landowners. Unless you can get some good IG leaders. Oh, achievement hunting would be a fun way to play this game. I never considered it, to be honest. Yeah, that's why I love achievement hunting in the game. I think it's nice to add an objective when you're not just like RPing or anything like that. But autocrat, yeah, it can be achieved with the petite bourgeoisie, exactly. So if you have a good IG leader, some of the other interest groups can help you with that. All right, how are we on explosives? We cannot hold anybody in these lead mines. How much lead do we need? Or the... Yeah, are the glassworks not... Alright, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna subsidize these guys for now. And that will help the glassworks. Hey, we're bumped up to 9th. You should attempt that to build an Amish paradise. Yeah, Emperor Norton seems like he'd help with monarchy. Yes. That's true. So the Emperor Norton achievement. So Joshua Norton is part of the petite bourgeoisie. So you'd want to make sure the petite bourgeoisie are the most powerful. But yeah, having the landowners still have a good amount of power will definitely help with that achievement. So yeah, good point on that one. Also, achievement hunting can steer you away from railroading into the same path over and over. Also a great point. That's true. It helps to like change the gameplay pattern up a bit. Because I think everybody, just in every game you play, you have a general pattern that you employ. So yeah, the achievement hunting can really help you with that. I forgot, we were trying to find where we're going next here. Oh, look at us. We're importing a lot of this luxury furniture and exporting a lot of it. Can we not build any ourselves? Oh my god, we have... Boy, have I been slacking on this. We have one level of furniture manufacturing in the whole country. And it wasn't even built by us. What about just basic furniture? Yeah. Oh yeah, and food. We want to build a food industries because we have so much Alright, we'll work on that in a moment. Yeah, Cuba Central here. Alright, let's build that stuff up. And then the food industries. Yeah, we're importing just a ton of it. How are we on liquor? But yeah, so now we have, because we had to build all of those things. Although they're not... Oh, meat's a little expensive, so we could use a little bit more here, though we can't build more. Getting a good landowner trait character than having to hold France from another revolution for 5 whole minutes. Yeah, that could be a difficult one right there. Oh wait, I keep forgetting we have these things here. Modesto Alfonso, the ever-officious leader of the petite bourgeoisie, has approached the government with a plan to enact migration controls. A successful enactment is certain to contribute to his reputation as an effective politician. So I don't want to do that, but maybe we could go to elected bureaucrats. Yeah, we could use the bureaucracy right now. We'll do that instead. And then what's this other one? The tooling workshops in Cuba Occidental have seen an increase in workplace injuries due to increased mechanization and poor safety regulations. Yeah, I really don't want to take a negative 10% manufacturing industry throughput for 5 years, though we are getting a benefit to that. Where was that thing that we had accepted? Oh, I guess we don't have it anymore. So yeah, I don't want to take that. Yeah, we'll take the hit to mortality. My general pattern is empower the industrialists. Yeah, let GDP go up as standard of living stays stagnant. Maybe that's why I have such a guilty conscience. Oh, and how I weirdly always end up going for a secret police ever since being traumatized by a coup. Yeah, I don't blame you. The new coup mechanic, man. We'll get you. Yeah, I mean, I think that's generally a good gameplay pattern, though. You do want to empower the industrialists early on, because they will directly oppose those landowners. But yeah, I think eventually you do have to start making the switch to to standard of living. Though you can get the industrialists on your side quite a bit if you get, you know, good interest group leaders in them. Like if you get radicals and stuff like that. So you can kind of keep them on the right side of things for a while. A man employed by a powerful member of the anti-British League is delivering lectures and pamphlets addressed to targeted constituencies in Havana. Now for us, if we are going to take on the British and privatize our buildings, I really feel like we need to make sure we have an ally before we do that. Don't we have... Let's get rid of... I want to keep the trade privileges. God, how come nobody wants to ally with me? The power projection. Oh, well, let's, Oh, and now we have monitors. Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at this real quick. Almost forgot in Venezuela as now and today already crashed between ex-loyal Maduro officer against the military that supports his vice president. Yeah, Iraq end and Venezuela start or never really truly end. Yeah, isn't that just the truth? It's just insane how somebody could campaign on being an isolationist and then go and take a country by force. Republic. Okay, we'll take this guy. Now we'll upgrade all of them, and now we can switch the production method in our military shipyards. All to steel hulls. Oh, which also means these guys can also now be upgraded. Who are the best allies against the British? My instincts so far have been France, because with Egypt run, Russia let me down. Yeah, a little bit in my second war. Yeah, I mean, France is always the best ally to have if you're fighting Great Britain, because they're always a strong military, except when we needed them in my Serbia run. But they're always very strong, and they always oppose the British. Whenever you're going to war with the British, you can always depend on the French to come fight against the Brit. But then, usually Germany would be, like later in the game, once you get a full-on Germany, they usually will oppose them. The US isn't always very helpful. The US is always kind of allied to Great Britain. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot. We can get an alliance with Egypt here, which, you know, isn't a military to... We could do this. We'll give them that. Really, though? You don't want to ally with us? Why? Oh, their attitude toward it. We should have been improving that. Alright, hopefully... We have 3 years. It should be okay. Hopefully we can keep an eye on it. Designed for coastal defense operations, what monitors lack in ocean-going capabilities, they make up for in cost-effectiveness. Admiral Jose Celso de Gordiales has informed the Admiralty in Havana that his fleet will keep any foes away from Cuban waters. You know, honestly, if we're going to do this achievement in the next 10 years, we might actually use this plus 10% Navy defense. As much as it pains me to not get throughput in the trade centers. Still traumatized from the Serbia run. Yes, I am. I am. That Serbia run is my white whale. I really feel like at some point in time I'm going to do another Serbia run because it bothers me so much about how I failed that one. And we still need to get the Serbia achievement. I didn't get it. Just like real life. You can depend on the French to fight the British. Yeah, exactly. Would I hear a war against England? Or a war against Great Britain? I'm in. I don't even need to know what it's about. Well, at least you don't need to deal against strong France allies with Great Britain. Fight against me. Oh, yeah, as the Dutch East Indies. Yeah. And I need to defeat 50 naval invasions because I own one string of land in Namaqua land. That's a rough situation. That's a rough one right there, my friend. Yeah, yeah. Ouch. All right. So, if we're going to do this, it's now 1900. Because we need to hold the buildings for 12 years, so we can't wait too long if we're actually going to do this. And, yeah, look at we're at 59% GDP ownership. Like, it's awful. You know, let's take a look here real quick. If we did it, who would join us? There's a possibility France would. Oh, is the United States allied with Great Britain? That might be a difficulty. Oh, they are. They have an alliance with them. That kind of sucks. DR. Oh, Outer Signal. Hey, hey. Oh, Algeria struggling with DR Congo. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm recording it. Oh, no. They will let you down eventually. Oh, no. I was like, of course Algeria has to play Congo. My one love sprung from my only hate. And of course I stumbled on the line. The France and the Serbia run, literally, I don't hear no bell with 20-year war with no surrender. At least it's consistent. Yeah, of course, the one time in that Serbia run when we could have really used France to fight Great Britain, they had like the 10th ranked military in the world. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, how? How was that possible? I'm a Brit myself, and I still see the British as the final boss, main villain of Victoria 3. I can't see myself playing as them. Yeah, you know, I have to say I've never really played as Great Britain in the game, only because you start off as the #1 power. It's kind of like, where do you go from there? Now, I have a feeling that when they announce this year's DLCs, it's very clear, the devs have made it pretty clear that the next big mechanic update, so kind of how Chambers of Commerce was a big mechanic update for trading, they've made it pretty clear that the next big mechanic update is going to be the Navy and boats. And so I feel like one of the first flavor packs we're probably going to get will be something for Great Britain. Because if you're going to make a big mechanic change to the Navy, clearly you're then going to want to set up flavor for the biggest Navy in the world. So I'm kind of thinking when they make the announcement, the first DLC is going to be a mechanic change to the Navy, and then the next DLC will be a flavor pack for Great Britain. That's kind of my... That's my bet right there. They kind of fall off later, and they're not easy to play as well. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine it's very difficult because you're just so big to start. But then you have, especially with all of the new mechanics of like national awakenings and stuff like that, holding all of those different colonies around the world, I can imagine it gets very complicated later on. I heard you guys open a Palestine embassy today. How was the reaction? Oh, interesting. Have you considered doing a run as the British to showcase what to do as larger nations, maybe with the new Navy rework? I actually, so don't hold me to this, but because my general thing is I only play as small nations, I kind of thought it would be fun to do an April Fool's stream where I just did a single day as Great Britain, the largest nation. So I might have a one-off Great Britain stream come April. Sadly, can't stick around for now, but hopefully, we'll catch you next one in a few hours. Yeah, thanks for stopping in to say hi. Always good to see you. I hope you have a good day. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you tonight for the night stream. Like, if Britain already won the game in 1836, like people say, we would have been speaking the Queen's English in the United Kingdom of Earth. This is true. This is true. Oh, wait. I missed your comment right before that. Playing as Britain would be so much more fun and don't give that you already won feeling. People complain if Navy logistics and distance mattered, yeah. And the other great powers played smart instead of like now. Yeah. No, I agree. It's a great point, right? Like, I feel like there should generally be more pushback to all of the colonies that Britain owns throughout the run, right? Like, the more they're colonizing and stuff. Oh, this is interesting. Especially as you get, Russia, later in the game, once Germany starts forming, there should be more pushback to that. And, like, you look at this right here, right? Like, these French colonies and then these British colonies. Like, there should be tension at this border, right? I think that would be fun. I mean, why do you think the British ends its colonial empire in 1945? Keeping colony is not cheap. Yeah, certainly for India, the crown jewel. Yeah, see, that is something that would be... Hold on. Excuse me. I would like to do a Great Britain run just to see what that's like. Having the whole Pivot of Empire content in India here... But not being the EIC, but being Great Britain. I wonder how it works with that, because I've never actually tried that. Yeah. In this run, Scandinavia holds Holstein, I know. You rarely ever see that. There's a pretty strong Scandinavia in this run. Interesting, too, we have a North Germany... But Mecklenburg, and what is this? And Bremen, the Bremene Ratterpublik. Oh no, Ratterrepublik. Yeah, I haven't seen. You don't see that often either. South German students sometimes use their native language in Cuban schools. Some have called for teachers to penalize the use of these languages, forcing children to speak the official language of Cuba. We actually can take some radicalism. We have very few. The petite bourgeoisie are very happy. They'll get plus 20% assimilation. Although... what is their general level of acceptance? Level 3 moving up. Can we assimilate? Allows assimilation. Okay. So let's do it. Oh, it's already exploded to smaller kingdoms. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nice to see the AI forming these unions. I agree. There's a lot of interesting stuff that's been happening now since Iberian Twilight came out. Like I feel like in every run now I see Ireland form, which is very new and kind of cool. And like, look at our Brazil in this game. Although interesting, I feel like there wasn't an Uruguay or Paraguay before. I wonder if Uruguay revolted. But this is a much more aggressive Brazil than I've ever seen. British are more if you try to play with soft power instead of hard military. Try getting the Rhineland Confederation to screw Germany. Hold on to India, even as dominions, and keep your puppets, etc. Yeah, that would be difficult. That would make for an interesting Great Britain run. I should try it at some point. It is like kind of the title country of the game. Can you see how? Can you show South America? Brazil is still holding on to Argentina. Yeah. Look at that. Though I feel like Uruguay wasn't there before. We'll have to look at the VOD on that one. I don't remember about Paraguay. I just ordered interesting book from online, Diplomacy by Kissinger. Ooh. And The Road to the Republic by Tan Malaka, one of the Republic's founding fathers. Oh, interesting. I don't know so much about a Kissinger book, though. Right. You know what we could also use? Oh, I forgot. So now that... Let's give the rice farms to the company. Let's put them all up for sale. Though we do run the risk of all these guys taking them. So, so we were subsidizing this. It's profitable. So let's try not subsidizing it. Hey, we're up to 8th in the world. Not bad. Alright, so this is good now. Now, I wouldn't mind making some porcelain. What happens if we make it ourselves? Yeah, what if we just did that somewhere else? Ooh, the Social Democratic Party form. The Anti-Dutch Association. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jabba. I didn't intend on that. Anti-Spanish League. Pardon my rudeness with that, but learning from him may be a good thing to enhance my knowledge. Oh, yeah, of course. No, not rude at all. I was just making an offhand comment. No. Don't take... Didn't mean any aggressiveness by it at all. I think we'll build another glassworks up here. It'll help us with the construction sector. And then we'll set this one to ceramics. Oh yeah, who I forget who's asking about elections earlier. I forget. But this is the event you get at the beginning of the election season where you can do some election fraud. With the beginning of the election season, the patronage networks that riddle rural Cuba have roused themselves to readiness. The Catholics await the marching orders of the provincial governors. So... Yeah, now I wouldn't mind the Agrarian Party moving down a peg, because the rural folk are massively popular. The Social Democratic Party I don't mind so much. Or the Radical Party. Actually, I might not interfere in this at all. Both of these parties that I don't mind have the highest momentum. Yeah, and we'll get some more electoral confidence here. So we'll keep this as it is. Oh, my previous chat is removed, but I hate Kissinger personally as a person, but I admire his diplomacy play. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a very influential figure, clearly. So it's worth knowing about him and what he's about. Yeah. No worries, my friend. I didn't mean to make you feel self-conscious about that. It was just an offhand comment. I think as a left-leaning American, when you hear the name Kissinger, you go on instinct. Domingo Cisneros has embarked upon a dedicated campaign to organize the poor urban workers in Cuba Central, shaping them to a cohesive and powerful pro-Social Democratic Party voting bloc. Yeah, we'll give some momentum for them. Yeah, let's do that. Ham, I'm only not interfering with elections because I like how it's going. Yeah, exactly. I think I'll let this be a free and fair election because it's going to turn out the way I want it to. Exactly. That's my form of oppression. As long as you do exactly what I want, I will not oppress anybody. AKA freedom. Oh my god, I forgot. We're supposed to be passing elected bureaucrats. Sorry, petite bourgeoisie. Forgot about a promise I made to you. Yeah, true egalitarian. That's right. That's right. I am nothing but a forced egalitarian. The rise of communism in powerful countries like Brazil has become a talking point of the Liberal Party election campaign, warning against a similar homegrown movement. Havana streets will not run red, with blood or otherwise. Oh, man. No. The international workers' movement cannot be stopped by parliamentarians. Yeah, we'll take that one. Machado, isn't it that warmonger politician that picked as Nobel Peace Prize? Oh, yeah. I mean, the Nobel Peace Prize has been a very iffy award over the years. There was one year that Putin was nominated for it. Yes, free speech as long as it's the speech I want. An all-time classic. Yeah, exactly. Say exactly what I want you to say, and you can have free speech. It's kind of going the way of things in many places, huh? Let's take a look at... You know, I haven't checked out the regional HQs we have for some time. Whoa, we have a lot. In a gesture of solidarity with the Agrarian Party, Francisco More has encouraged his supporters to vote for it in the ongoing election. Yeah, we don't want to add too much momentum to you guys. Our efforts to pass the elected bureaucrats law have run into several classic bureaucratic hurdles. Debates rage around such lofty matters as the correct shape of filing cabinets. I always love this one. Oop, I don't want to lose 10% bureaucracy, though. Yeah, we'll take this one. It can take some time. Nobody's getting that upset over it. Trump just get the FIFA Peace Prize. Yeah, 3 days after entering 2026. He do little trolling so much for giving him that. Yeah, it's not like FIFA are credible and apolitical lately. That was such a joke. Such a joke of an award, right? What a, what do you call it? I wouldn't even say participation trophy. It's not like Trump is even participating in peace. So it can't even be called a participation trophy. That FIFA, prudent as a clown. Yeah. I know. First of all, getting a peace prize from an organization like FIFA should just tell you everything right there. Because I love the game, but it is anything but peaceful. Nor is FIFA one to judge any of it. All right, we really do need to get electrical generation here because we can get some labor-saving PMs out of it. Members of the Agrarian Party have been vigorously warning voters against Social Democratic Party's electoral campaign. Yeah, we'll take this one. Man, I am always chasing the motors, and I wish everybody would stop exporting all of our motors. Yeah, but still the biggest joke after 2026. FIFA Peace Prize for Trump. Yeah. Infantino, isn't that his name? Yeah. Infantino. What is his first name? I want to say Joey. Joey Infantino, but there's no way. Don't forget the World Cup's place. Verdun is often selected as a bread and circus. Yeah, distraction to distract from the country's problems. Yeah. It's all a business. Oh my God, you are so right. Yeah, we have the World Cup coming up. What better way to distract from all of the awfulness you're doing than to host the World Cup? No wonder we're hosting the World Cup. We are an authoritarian country at this point. All right, let's move on to those. I think we do need more liquor too, right? No, we don't. We don't. Yeah, and it's expensive. Yeah. Not even guitar. That petty. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. I guess maybe that's why we're sharing it with Canada and Mexico, which is such a joke. I mean, when it was first announced, Trump wasn't president at the time, but to think now we're sharing the World Cup with Canada and Mexico, two countries that were threatening left and right. Jacinto Castillo intends to travel across Cuba Oriental by train to campaign for the Conservative Party. Yeah, I don't want to lose railway throughput. Oh. Yeah, we'll take this so that we don't get negative 50% railway building through. Well, hold on. What's the current status of the election? Yeah, we'll give them more votes. I think we'll take it, just in case. I think I heard that a ticket for the finals would be 3,000 British pounds. I don't want to hear that. There's no way the World Cup final is going to be in my backyard here in New York, and I'm not going. Yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to swing that. I think what's going to happen is you're going to hear, you're going to see one stream from me where I'm like, guys, I'm doing it. I got a ticket to the World Cup. I bought it. and then 1 week later, my next stream. So it turns out my wife is leaving me over financial issues. I've kind of put us in debt for the next 30 years so that I alone could go to the World Cup final. Oh yeah, how's our relation with Egypt here? Can we get that alliance yet? Lost track of time, I need to go. Oh, okay. I'll let you know how my run goes for Belgium. Yes, yes. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. Yeah, we're almost actually at a stopping point here as well. We still got a little bit more to go, but thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you next time I'll be on tonight, continuing this run. But have a good one. Oh, let's pause for a second. We got another company that we can get. Oh, and we got one free company charter, so we got some of that added in. These guys are not any happier with us. Yeah. You know, we never added Bacardi. Just for the sheer joy of it, I did want to add Bacardi. I forget what we get out of it. Oh, food industries and glassworks isn't so bad. As far as alimony for New York law are most lenient. Oh, good. Thanks for looking that up for me. Good to know. UK time zone, so maybe if my sleep is not going well. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I always forget. It's going to be, when I do my night session, it's going to be so late for everybody out in Europe. Well, no worries, no worries. You do need to get some sleep. You don't want to be up at 3 a.m. watching me struggle as Cuba. Bacardi equals rum. That's right, right? Like, how... I haven't had Bacardi in a long time, but man, when I was in college, I gotta do it. In California, you need to pay alimony indefinitely with 60% of your income. I feel like you know more about U.S. alimony laws than I do. So I want to do Bacardi. Is that the best thing to do for us, though? Like, what can we actually use? I mean, honestly, getting another prestige good would be good. So what would we actually... I mean, you know, a motor company would actually help us a lot right now. Oh, do we have a company that's giving us steel, though? No. So, like, getting us... I hate it. I hate to say it, but I think we're going to have to bypass Bacardi. I think United Western Cuba Motors producer is going to be the way to go. We don't really care about the formation speed, but... And then eventually we can start making automobiles. But we could really use a company making motors and making steel. So I think we're going to go with this. So let's take a look at it. Yeah, Bacardi and Coke, that's right. Or Coca-Cola. But that was 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. About right. I don't think I've had it in that amount of time, but that used to be my thing. I love mixing drinks with Diet Coke. That is my... Jack and Diet Coke is usually my go-to, but... You know, maybe in honor of having Bacardi as a company here in Cuba, I'll make an exception. All right, but we went for the motors company here, so we're definitely going to add in a steel mill. Although I said, you know, we should get another prestige good. This doesn't offer prestige good, but whatever. Look at that throughput bonus now. So let's also make sure we sell our steel and motors companies so that the company can take them. Interesting, we don't have any steel. Wait, I didn't... Did I make a mistake? No. Okay, good. So I did a little research, and Not shocking for everyone that alimony did bankrupt people in the U.S. Yeah, probably. Don't think Diet Coke even existed back then. Yeah, that's true. Probably not. The Social Democratic Party is receiving election campaign support from the communist trade unions in the North German Federation. Ah, thanks, guys. Communist ideology will be more likely to appear in our country. Why not? Just for the sheer RP purposes, right? All right. We do need to be building more, though. But now I don't really want to build steel or motors. Oh, the fisheries. I forgot to switch the fisheries over. In here, we have fixed time for 2-year max for every divorce case and child support until age 20. Parental rights for a child is chosen for woman or the mother. Oh, interesting. I'm older than you, Ham, you know. I was wondering. I don't know by how much, but I was wondering. Oh, look at this. A pretty good tie between the Social Democrats and the Agrarian Party. Look at that. This is a good government makeup right there. I'm 57. Ah, okay. Then you do got me on that one. I'm at the point now where I gotta think. I'm 42. 42. So you do have me on that one. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, I'm kind of shocked that marriage can make people bankrupt in the U.S. Marriage can make people bankrupt even when you're not getting a divorce. So can having kids. Let's build up a little bit more navy here. Oh wait, oh, no. And then let's get these guys up to 20. Because if we're going to be taking on Great Britain, we need at least somewhat of a navy to protect ourselves. Whoa! Wait, what? We are the second biggest navy in the world? And still nowhere near the British Republic, though, but... You know, after this, I think we will move on maybe to mass conscription. Well, no, because what we're going to be doing, we're going to be staying at home. This is plenty of battalions to just hold our land right here. Although, I would like to get this land around them. Oh, and you know... Can we form that yet? You are older than my mother. Oh, what an observation. Ooh, okay, hold on. We're gonna take a save real quick. We're almost at time, so this might be a very cool thing to end the stream on. Make sure it's not sending us to any... Oh! I missed the ad break. Alright, let's pause for a second. Sorry, Twitch. We're pausing for ads. poops. I meant to pause the ads for a couple minutes. Hey, Nemesli, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining in. All right. So we're going to start in 10 more seconds here. I learned the game watching you. Oh, very cool. Oh, thank you. Thanks for dropping in to say so. I appreciate that. I'm glad the videos were helpful. It takes a village to learn this game, you know? Now studying for exams, so can't play. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling of not being able to play because I'm grading exams. All right. Apologies, everybody on Twitch there. I meant to pause the ads for a couple minutes. We're going to end soon here, but one thing we're going to do here, so we paused the gameplay until the ad finished. We're going to annex Puerto Rico here. Come on, guys. Why do you have to fight it? Just let it happen. And then we're going to form... Wait, what's this? Oh, we're going to have to naval invade them, huh? I study in real life. Yeah. Yeah. What are you studying? What's your major? So we're going to annex Puerto Rico, and then we're going to form the Antillean Confederation, and then we'll call it for the morning session here. Oh my god, look at elected bureaucrats here. They're on the verge. You study international relations. Yeah. Sorry. I should have known that. International relations, very cool. Very apropos game then. Yeah, I can imagine that's going to be some intense exams you have then. My major is Major, my name is Major, my middle name is Major, so my Major. Yeah. No one knows, so it's normal. Study infrared. For this semester, one of the midterms was about colonization era. Oh, well, there you go. Be like... like, what was the country's infamy score at? Though previously opposing the elected bureaucrats' laws, Francisco Moray has considered the petit bourgeoisie's political position and instead offers support. Ham being puzzled why his neighboring countries would want to fight for their independence and not being a pawn in his imperialist dreams. He's truly getting immersed in the imperialist role. Oh no! I've been infected by the imperialists. Oh! Oh boy. Too soon. Gonna have to fight against Venezuela here. Well, I hate to say it, but then I'm gonna take the West Indies. Sorry. Oh, but I guess we're gonna raise everybody here. And we're gonna have to call in some conscripts. It's not imperialist if I do it. Ham probably, yeah. Only cool imperialists are mine. Ham, vote for Ham 2026. The only cool imperialists are my imperialists. I'll put that on a poster. Well, we'll send you guys over here. You do your blockading thing. Send you over here. You're going to do the naval invasion. So this is really going to be a bit of a war, huh? Interesting. Austria would join in just for an obligation. Okay. I haven't even looked at my mobilization options in a while. Do we have any opium or liquor? We do have liquor. Oh. We don't have opium. I should have added this stuff. No, I should have added this stuff in. No. Ah! Poop. I'm making quite the mistakes here. Alright. Whatever. To outside observers, the armed forces may appear firmly committed to the idea of elected bureaucrats, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now, the clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members on the issue of reform. I guess we'll take that one. Whoa! We had a crash! Oh my god. The stream is still going, right? Oh, good. The game crashed. I haven't... Yeah, that was a crash. I haven't had one of those in quite a while. Yeah, crashes too, right? Well, I have to say, though, I got a new CPU for Christmas. A new, supposedly very good one. I'm surprised I would have that. It's EU5 all over again. Yeah, I know. Yee. Well, at least this time the whole computer didn't crash. Absolute cinema. Oh, man. I can't believe this. I really needed to end the stream in a couple of minutes, but it's like, we'll do this little military operation here, and now this is going to turn into a full-on war. All right, let's see here. We're about to load it back up. We have to buy CPUs for Paradox, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Just to play Paradox games. Yeah, the game wanted to be left in a cliffhanger. It seems like it, right? All right, let's get it back on screen here. Haven't we heard that one before? Yeah, exactly. All right, let's load up the autosave. Vicky 3 in a nutshell, yeah. Crashes and crashes. Was it... I wonder, was it because of this? So this is the option we chose. Let's try it. No? Okay. Well, okay. We're going to do this war. Hopefully it doesn't bog us down for a long time. Our war goals are going to be just this and this, so we should be able to take it fairly easily. I have 5 soldiers up there. You know what we're going to do? We're going to send over... everybody there. All right. Let's get the war started. The crash may be because when you pick that option, you needed to read that at the same time you activate conscript. Oh, so can't read the game script well. Oh, that could be it. That's a good point. How are we? We're 9th with that GDP. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I have the second largest navy in the world. That might be part of it. But I also have the highest standard of living in the world. So I think the navy and the standard of living are what's doing it for me. All right, so let's naval invade these guys with the large one. Oh, excuse me. So we'll do that there. Oh, these guys don't even... Oh my god. Give them this guy. Whoa. And then you guys... Naval invade there. Okay. And that should do it. I'm gonna have to take care of that guy after one of these things ends. This afternoon, Dionisio de Ortega, leader of the armed forces, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of elected bureaucrats. Yeah, let's take that, give us some wiggle room on that. Yeah, so they're sinking some of our convoys here, but... What? How are we possibly... losing to an army that has no general? As today, no oil company wants to enter Venezuela. Looks like Trump efforts are in vain. Yeah. I mean, I hope so. I hope that's what happens. I don't trust the morality of oil companies, though, unfortunately. Alright, let's up the number of construction sectors we have going. Oh my god, what is happening here? Why? Why are we losing these battles? How do they have such a high defensive rating? Oh, is this... Alright. I'm going to raise conscripts in this one. If we could see the international community reaction to Cuba suddenly getting the second biggest navy in the world. The British choking on their tea of sheer shock. Miss the newspaper. Yeah, exactly. Cuba Operation Absolute Resolve 1880. Yeah. Ah, okay. So, who's in this one? Okay, so you guys take care of those boats. Go take care of those boats. Right, so we're holding that. Yeah, our offensive rating here is terrible. Alright, so we got that. Ooh, okay, we'll deal with that in a moment. Alright, finally. Did you play Venezuela? You mean have I done a run as Venezuelan? I've done like an offline run as Venezuela. It's a 3rd January operation name, but oh, was that what they called it? I'm surprised the name wasn't dumber than that, given the given who was running it. It's the Cuban Bay of Pigs fiasco. Yeah. Yeah, very apropos there, right? Yeah, so we just need to take that. So we're almost there. When are you guys gonna find those ships? Oh my god, people, come on. Why though? Why though? Just take the island. They don't even have a general. Alright, what do we got here? An influential faction within the rural folk has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of elected bureaucrats. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. Nice. We'll take that. Yeah, you know, I haven't really looked at it before, but all of my armies have such low offensive ratings. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. Mossy people are having a hard time getting employed in Puerto Rico due to the prejudices of some of the Caribbean employers. Yeah, we can lose a little bit of authority for that. Alright, back up to 75%. Oh my god, we are up to 5th. See, it's mainly because, though, I've employed some conscripts, so we're getting a larger military. This will probably go back down after the war is over. Brought to you by Pete Hexeth, yeah. With 160 Sword Night Stalker. Yeah, I'm surprised Pete Hexeth didn't call it something stupid. But all right, who is this general we have here? Oh, I forgot. Oh, okay. So negative 10% here, but plus 20% there. Okay. But inexperienced. Ugh. Oh, yeah, because he was an intelligentsia. Can we get rid of this guy? Yeah, we can't while he's part of the naval invasion. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, see, when this guy goes, we win things. That other general is killing us. But now he's probably going to take control of the next battle. Yeah. I mean, I would end the naval invasion, but we have landing progress. It's just... All right, here's what we'll do. We'll add another general in. Yeah, this guy... There we go. That should do it for us. So that there's another person in the rotation, at least. Alright. So now this guy should win, and then the other general will be in there, and they should win. Ah, we lost our trade privileges. Law progressive voting, good. We're not constructing anything. I'll deal with that in a moment. Uh-oh. Let's promote this guy. Ooh, I don't like that guy. Yeah, we'll take this guy. Really, new guy? You're gonna lose? Alright. Torpedo boats. There's something we'll switch to when this is done. Well, who knew this was gonna be such an ordeal? Oh my god. Oh, they don't have extra supply. Oh my god. What am I doing with my life? That's why none of these guys... When we actually have the things that we need for it. This was a very ill-prepared war. I can tell you that. I thought it was going to be easy. It is turning into Cuba's Bay of Pigs. Well, there we go. Oh. Pfft. Nope, I spoke too soon. Alright, what's going on with these guys? Oh. Wine shortage. Wine, though. No, we don't. We don't have a wine shortage. Yes. I'm gonna switch to this stuff when I can focus on it. Alright, how's it... Alright, we have elected bureaucrats. Oh my god, I hate when the UI does that. Finally. Give us the next battle here. Alright, finally. Why couldn't you guys start doing this when we were at 75% landing progress? I guess because I hadn't activated those. I can't believe I didn't activate all the mobilization options. I got too cocky. I can't believe we're up to rank, the 4th ranked country. Maybe we should get a national standing army. Here we go. All right. And we now hold the island. So now, let's demobilize. We don't need to have all these people. We'll just keep this National Guard force going. So they should be losing stuff fairly quickly. Let's start activating the labor-saving PMs in our rice farms. Wait, what did we get? We got something. I forget what it was. What was it that we got? Oh, automatic irrigation and all those other things. Okay. Yeah. We will do it, though, because it'll save labor. Yeah, and the plantation, irrigation. It'll save labor. It'll also give them better jobs. It won't be great for GDP, but clearly GDP is not our main focus this round. There we go. Electrical generation. Excellent, excellent. So Cuba Central. Oh, somebody had built us power plants already. Who did that? Oh, Belgium. Well, 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 Belgium. Okay. An explicitly partisan newspaper founded by members of the positivist movement in Porto Principe has published its first issue. Between advertisements and political cartoons, it hosts ruthless critique of government policy. Yeah, we don't like the positivist movement. All right. Oh, what are we subsidizing? Oh, ports and railways. Do we need to? Railways, we shouldn't have to. Yeah, positivist. Oh, in Puerto Rico. Is that because they're not utilizing any of the rail industries? Oh, not that one, not that one. No, they are. Oh, because they have 12 levels of railroad. Oh my god. All right, how much rail do we need? 138. Cut these down. There we go. North German Federation offers us the war goal of enforcing investment rights if we will back them in the ongoing diplomatic play against Scandinavia. Oh no, Peter, I'm so sorry. They're going after Schleswig-Holstein. Well, who's on their side? All these other people. Are we gonna do this? Well, unfortunately, I'm like well over the time in which I had to end this stream. I think we might decide this in the next episode, because we're gonna have to take a look at some stuff. Investment rights in Scandinavia, though, would be good. We're at a point where we do need investment rights in other places. I think what we're going to do is... that's a good point. Scandinavia is a fantasy thing. It's not Sweden. There you go. I like that. Now I don't feel so bad about going to war against them. Alright, so we pretty much have this war. So when we start back up, they're going to form the Antillean Confederation. We are up to the number 4 power. Well, see, I'm nervous about this one because I don't want to join the Germans here, and then suddenly everybody in the world joins this side. Although if Great Britain joined this side, that would be great. I would just nationalize the buildings then. Yeah, let's accept it. But yeah, we're gonna have to call it here for today, because I'm well over my out time here. But we pretty much have won this war. This is gonna end. We're gonna form the Antillean Confederation, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out this afternoon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, right? I think it's a good place to stop, because we are going to be continuing this again tonight. So the next time I'm on will be tonight around 8:30 my time, so in about a little under 6.5 hours from now. So we'll continue this run tonight, but otherwise, everybody have a good rest of your day. And as always, be awesome. I'll see everybody next time.